Hey, what's up guys? My name is Kev5 and welcome to a new tutorial. Today we're going to be explaining to you the top reasons why your server would be lagging at this very moment. Now if you clicked on this video yourself, then you're most likely having server lag. Now there are many ways to fix this. We are going to go through some of the more simple ways along with some of the more advanced ways today. So let's start off with if you have a non-plugin server. If you have a non-plugin server, and even if you do have a plugin server, this doesn't necessarily mean anything. Generally, the things that can cause, there's a skeleton over there, generally the things that can cause lag include but are not limited to mob farms. Any mob farms that you have on your server that's mass-producing entities will cause lag. Things like if someone player decides to troll and drop many items onto the ground, those are called entities, and those can cause much lag. In general, entities such as mobs, items, and stuff that is outside of a player's inventory or otherwise will cause lag. The next thing is Redstone Machines. Now, Redstone Machines run by ticks. These ticks, they run enough, will cause lag, and a lot of it. It's never a good thing. Please avoid redstone unless it's something really important. Certain redstone machines will run, but if you have an unlimited entity ticking redstone comparator machine thing, I'm not really good with redstone, to be honest, but say you do, it will cause lag on your server. The next thing could possibly be is that you have too many worlds or too many plugins on your server, and this also goes the same for mods. So say your server has a RAM of 1000 megabytes, or approximately 1 gigabyte of RAM on your server. Say that your server is hosted by someone like MC Pro Hosting. Your server generally will run great at around the basic 1 to 3 worlds, the regular world, Nether, and End, and it will run with about 10 plugins, being able to hold around 10 or so people, 5 to 10 people, and that's about the baseline for that server itself. Generally speaking, the more RAM you have, the more you can do with your server. Say you had 6,000 megabytes of RAM, you can have approximately, I would recommend keeping it down to around 30 plugins, around 4 worlds at the most, 4 to 5, and then as well, you are going to want to limit the players. I would say 50 is around a great number for that, and that's at the point it shouldn't lag. Now, as for plugins that help reduce lag, because I thought this would be a great idea to bring this up as well, there are a few plugins you can actually get. One of them running right now, as you can see, Clear Lag. There are multiple plugins that can help reduce lag on your server. So let's get started with that, shall we? Now, the first plugin is obviously ClearLag, as I just stated. ClearLag works to remove entities off the ground, and I'm just going to show you a brief example. So I'm going to throw a bunch of dirt in the air, and we're going to witness it disappearing before our very eyes. Now, if you watch slowly, all of this right here will disappear. See? Pretty magical stuff. ClearLag works to remove any and all ground and item entities, including just regular stuff. As well, it has features such as killing all mobs, unloading chunks within a world. Basically, your essential tools to reducing lag on your server. Now, the next plugin we are going to be looking at is a plugin that's not installed on this server, but it is called World Border. Now, I can actually go on to my other server, my Pixelmon server, and show you that really quickly, because World Border is a pretty important plugin. Alright, so as you can see, beautiful world, a whole new world. I'm sorry. Anyway, so the commands for world border are /WB, and you can set a world border for each world. This limits how far out a player can go before the world will shoot them back. Now, it would take me ages to get to this world border on this server, because I set it fairly high. However, whenever you'd run into the world border, it'll generally eject you back into the world border itself and tell you you have reached the world border. You can't go any farther. You can set radiuses of this thing, you can set what shape it'll be, all sorts of stuff. It's really neat, extremely great plugin. Now, another possible thing, you may be thinking to yourself, what else could cause lag? Because I had tried all that and none of those are my issues. If you are lagging extremely bad and you know that you are not using redstone machines, mob farms, and your plugins and worlds amount is fairly nice. It's not too high, it's not too bad at all. A few other things that can affect it. If a world becomes increasingly large, and that's why world border is in place. World border, I highly recommend it because it does limit the world size, so the world cannot be loaded in too far to the point where your server cannot handle it because it's too large of a world. Another thing that can be causing it is to check your console. Generally speaking, if you're lagging and it's horrendous, it could be plugin errors, or it could be any other sorts of errors. Common errors include chunk errors. I've seen those happen before. And generally, just speaking, plugin errors. Plugin errors happen all of the time. If a plugin is not working on your server, or a plugin does not want to work properly on your server, it's most likely erroring in console, causing lag. I've seen all sorts of plugins in my time that have caused lag. Anything from Basic Essentials, which was not updated to 1.8, to Worldedit or WorldGuard, or so much more. That's another thing actually to touch on. Do not extensively use Worldedit. Using too much Worldedit can actually corrupt chunks in your world. A corrupted chunk is generally a giant black square chunk missing. It's gone. You can see all the way straight through to the bottom. If you get near it, you're most likely going to lag out and crash. It's not a good thing. It's never a good thing to have a chunk error on your world. And if you want to fix that, I recommend searching up an MC edit tutorial if you know that's the case. Generally, things besides Worldedit that cause that include TNT. Too much TNT explosives in one location set off will cause it. I have also seen people people will use Worldedit and spawn in a spear, a giant spear, or any shape for that matter, of sand. The sand will fall. You get about 10,000 blocks of sand falling at the same time. Your server is not going to be running well at all. So I recommend not doing that ever. And please do not use this information to try to destroy or grief someone's server, because you are held accountable if you do that. And there are repercussions for destroying someone's server. Think of it this way. Someone works extremely hard on a server, and they've spent so much time on it to make players happy. So why would you destroy that? Why would you destroy what little happiness this server may give players? Even if it's a small, simple server where only a few people join. Give it the benefit of the doubt. Everyone has their opportunity and chance to create their own server at some point if they decide to. They should not have that taken away from them. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope this helped you reduce lag on your server. If it did, please be sure to leave a like. If it didn't, leave a comment and I will get back to you as soon as I can, trying to help you. I cannot go on your server, I cannot go into your control panel, and I cannot fix it for you, but I can explain how to fix it if you provide me with errors that you're receiving or otherwise. Thank you guys for being sure to check this out. I appreciate it so much, and as always, have a wonderful day.